love pound cake. Ooh, this is my favorite part. It is about to blow your mind. Hey everybody, it's your girl Meiko, food blogger over at Meiko and the Dish, and I gotta put it out there. I love pound cake. There are very few recipes as quintessential to Southern baking as pound cake. The issue is sometimes it comes out either too dry or too dense. So today I'm going to show you my foolproof tips and tricks for making the perfect, rich, buttery pound cake with a citrus glaze. You ready? Let's go! In my stand mixer, I'm going to add some butter. Next, I'm going to add some sugar. So you might be thinking, this looks like a lot of butter and sugar, but actually the original pound cake was made with a pound of every ingredient. So this is actually on par with the way the original pound cake was made. I'm going to cream these ingredients on low for about 3 to 4 minutes, and that's what's going to give the cake its airiness. All right, that looks good. Now I'm just going to scrape down all of the edges. Next, I'm going to add my eggs one at a time just to make sure that they fully incorporate. And just a little tip for you guys, make sure that you crack your egg on a flat surface. That way none of the shells go into the egg. Ooh, there you go, you almost escaped, buddy. Now I'm going to scrape this down once more just to get all those ingredients to the center. And then I'm going to add some sour cream, and that's going to give the cake a little moisture and some tang. Next goes in my vanilla. And I happen to love a little citrus flavor in my pound cake, so I'm going to add some orange extract. That orange and vanilla just smells so good. So all my ingredients look great. Everything is nice and creamy, the perfect texture. So my wet ingredients are done. Now it's time to get my dry together. Over a large bowl, I'm going to add my flour and my salt, and I'm going to put it through a sift. It's going to make sure that all of the clumps are broken up. Now it's time to add our dry ingredients to our wet, but make sure that you add them 1 cup at a time. This is going to ensure that all of the flour gets incorporated evenly and that you don't overwork the batter. The reason why you don't want to overwork your batter is because that's going to produce a really dense cake, and that is not going to get you invited back to the potluck. All right, so I've gotten to the bottom of my bowl. Let's add that to our batter. All right, the batter looks and smells fantastic, but there's one more important step that we have to do before we put it in the oven. I'm using a bun pan to make my pound cake. My grandma used a bun pan, I'm using a bun pan. You can use whatever you want as long as it holds 14.5 cups. Now the thing to remember is you want to make sure that your pan is prepared so that the cake doesn't stick. I'm spraying my pan with cooking spray, and I'm being generous with it. You want to make sure you get that spray in every crevice of the pan. I'm going to lightly sprinkle my pan with flour, and I like to rotate to make sure that the entire pan is evenly coated. Next, I pat as I rotate to make sure that the flour distributes across the pan. All right, this looks evenly coated. Now I'm going to add in my batter. This looks really silky and smooth, and when I'm adding my batter, I just like to add it around the bump pan in a circle to make sure that we get it evenly distributed. A lot of air made it into my batter when I poured it into my pan, so a good trick to get rid of that excess air is to give it a shake and to drop it. You only need to do that a couple of times and then it's ready to bake. I have my oven set to 300 degrees. I'm going to throw this in there for an hour and a half. While my pound cake is in the oven, I'm going to show you how to make a citrus glaze. Now I'm going with citrus because it's in season during the winter. In a large bowl, I'm going to combine my powdered sugar, my milk, melted butter, vanilla extract, the zest of a lemon, some lime zest, and finally, I'm going to zest my orange. And yes, this is an orange even though it looks yellow. Let's mix it all up until it's well combined. This glaze looks perfect. All I have to do now is wait for my cake to be done. Our cake has been out of the oven for 10 minutes, cooling off. Now it's time to flip and release it. Okay guys, now's the time of truth. Oh, it's beautiful, completely clean. Okay, you guys see that? It looks incredible. Now we're gonna let it cool for another 30 minutes before we add our glaze. Ooh, this is my favorite part, adding that glaze. I cannot wait to try a bite. Look at that. Oh my goodness. This cake is so delicious. The outside kind of forms this crust that's nice and sugary, and then the inside of the cake is moist and buttery and decadent. And then that citrus glaze just pops. It is so good, and when you guys try this cake, it is about to blow your mind. Alright guys, so today I showed you how to make the ultimate pound cake with a citrus glaze. I'm really interested to hear what you think about this pound cake. Leave a comment down below or hit me up on Instagram at Meiko on the Dish. Until next time, peace!
Oh yes!